Welcome, Aries Taurus, to your chakra reading for May. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. Hold on one second. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. The card. One second. A little bent there. Best chakra for you this month is the root chakra, talking about perfection. Ooh, having that perfection going on. Perfection is actually talking about where am I presently focusing, knowing what's right and telling others about it might not be the best way of being. Making sure you're not alienating others, feeling alienated yourself, or seeking perfection, deeply desiring love or transformation ahead. So talking about, are you being too hard on yourself or others, right? Take it how it resonates. And consequently on others, there it is. Begin to look for what's right and good in your world and you will see it. So, and sometimes when we're hard on ourselves, we are hard on others, right? Because we put ourselves into a perfection area and so we expect that from other people. But it's saying we cannot do that, right? We do what we want for ourselves. But we can't expect others to be that way. And you also have to watch being, overcritical to yourself. Okay. You do not need to be a perfectionist, right? In its own ways. There are certain things that are going to happen. And then it seems like when it doesn't happen, then you put yourself down for that. So make sure that you're being more nurturing to yourself and towards others. Okay. So we have the nurturing here, which is talking about the earth chakra, star chakra over here, which is anchoring you to the earth. So you already have the root chakra, and then this is going to anchor down. Making sure you're nurturing yourself. This is going to bring in some peace, okay, and unity within yourself, talking about that crown chakra, going straight to that crown chakra, opening that up for peace of mind, right? And then you have the clarity over here. So going straight from here, straight to here, straight up to the crown, and then straight to the third eye. So it's pretty much going to be kind of opening all of this, because as soon as you do this, you're going to see clearly exactly what's going on. Exactly, what do I expect from others, or how harshly am I treating myself, and what do I expect from myself? Okay, what do you feel is coming underneath the nurturing? Conscious connections brings in the peace, and release allegiances is coming under the clarity. And why, right? It's like, and why is that there? So going to what do you feel, coming underneath the nurturing. Number 9. Let's see. Well, pretty much, how are you taking things? There are many options around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from the truth. So if you're being over perfectionist, too critical on yourself or others, or both, you're keeping yourself from the ultimate truth, right? The truth is there's no such thing as being perfect. Mistakes are always going to be made. So although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it comes down to it, you will have to come to your own decisions. So see them as unique, right? Instead of always maybe criticizing. See yourself as doing things that are unique, in which doesn't have to be perfect, right? So taking different approaches. So this is pretty much taking different changes, different approaches to different situations through nurturing, understanding, and having the right attitude towards certain things when mistakes are made, and not putting yourself down saying, well, you're stupid. No. It's just that mistakes happen. So also remembering that hindsight is 20/20. Okay. Okay, so this one says, what do you feel is telling you that there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with these decisions that you're making towards yourself, right? Accusations towards yourself. Releasing those, telling yourself, you know what, I made a mistake and it's okay. And then allowing others to make them understand too, hey, you made a mistake, it's okay, we'll fix it. Because when we feel like it's doomed and hopeless and, oh, I screwed that up and there's no way of ever fixing it, well, maybe certain things there's not any way to fix that. But dooming it and then criticizing yourself and doing all of those things is not going to help the situation. It's just going to make it bad, right? You're going to lock that away, and then you're going to make yourself feel bad forever. Yes, there's going to be times that we're going to criticize ourselves and be like, dang, and it's going to hurt for a while, of course, because we're human. But this over here, making sure that everything is perfect all the time, you can't do that. It doesn't even work like that. You can do it as much as you can, but you'll realize it always backfires somewhere, right? You can set the perfect table, but you don't always get the perfect guests at the table, right? Okay, so with the piece over here, bringing in this unity, this understanding, and using this intuition to say, you know what, you're right. You know what, I do need to nurture myself a little bit more and stop being so harsh on myself or others, okay, and give them a little more room, or give myself a little more room to make mistakes, because I am only human. So with 35 over here, that's the number here, conscious connections, it's talking about understanding conscious connections. This will actually bring you and another person together. So if this other person thinks that maybe you're too critical on them and it's kind of broken up the connection, this will actually make you more aware of understanding and bring the intimacy of the relationship back, right? This is where you get to have the open, heart-to-heart communications, whether it's with, your friendship, your family, your loved one, your children, yourself, right? See, one person may be willing to live life in a high definition, while others may prefer to live in more voraciously until they have the confidence to step onto the center stage of their own life story. So where you're trying to be this perfectionist and they can't follow in these footsteps, you're not going to be able to ever do so, because you're raising the bar for them to be somebody they're not, if this has to do with another person. And even if it's yourself, you're raising the bar so high that you could never really do anything right? And that's just not the way life is. Can't raise the bar, guys, so high to where when you do something, some kind of mistake, which you're going to make it so overcritical anyways, you're not going to be able to come back from that, right? You're going to be seeing yourself as a loser. I messed this up. I can't do this. Now bringing in this conscious connection is going to say, no, you're going to lower the bar and say it's okay. And this is going to bring in that self-growth. It's going to bring in the understanding. It's going to get you better with your family, and they're not going to see you as, penny perfect over here, right? So then having the clarity, the understanding to releasing the allegiances. Why? Because this is the things that keep you actually hurting yourself. Right? Pretty much the same thing I just said. Right? Knowing that it's okay. Not having to raise that bar so high. Okay? Give you a normal bar. Okay? Something that you can actually reach without overstepping everything or feeling somebody else cannot reach it. Okay, so nurturing, and what do you feel? And it's funny, guys, too, because you might not do this all the time. It could be seasonal. It's really weird because certain seasons bring out certain aspects of our life. So, maybe it's spring cleaning time and you're like, time to get to work. Oh, you're doing it wrong, right? But it might not be something you're doing all the time. It might just be something that's happening now that you usually don't do because it's springtime or it's fall time, it's Christmas time, right? So in actuality, a lot of times our characteristics change. So it might not be something that you're aware of all the time because it only happens certain times a year. I noticed that myself. right? During Christmas time, you want everything perfect, right? But any other time, you didn't really care, right? But then all of a sudden, it's like, and you're screwing it up, right? Seriously. So it could just be something that's happening now that maybe you're not conscious aware of because you're trying to do something, right? And so you're going overboard. And that's so normal. Okay. Six of Swords. So keep moving towards the nurturing, having the understanding, realizing that, you know, this is the way it is, but this is not the way it has to be. Using the passion instead of putting yourself on this pedestal of perfection or someone else. King of Cups. Keeping your emotions where they're supposed to be and perceiving what's going on. You know? That's why we do them monthly, because it's like this month maybe you are feeling like things need to go this way. This is the way it has to be, right? Peace, bringing in the love, bringing in things you want to do, having the passion, bringing the unity between maybe you and a loved one. With the Ace of Coins over here, getting your satisfactions, knowing that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with the Ace of Coins, because it's bringing in that satisfaction, and it's going to bring that peace of mind is going to be way more satisfying. Yeah. And it could bring in a little depression once your conscious connections are, you fully understand. Once you like, oh my God, you know what, I've been doing that. You might feel a little sad because maybe you're like, you know what, maybe I have been pushing too hard on myself or others or both. And I need to calm down a little bit, right? So it could bring in this little bit of sadness because now you're having understanding that you've been pushing a little bit too much this month. And, you know, and it's all because you're working so hard, you know, and you're looking for this, you know, you're looking for this, maybe this recognition in something, but you're pushing yourself over the limit, right? So once you have the realizations that you're working too hard for something, yeah, it's going to bring in better scenario. Oh yes, it's going to bring in the Nine of Cups. Love that. It's going to bring in this overall satisfaction for you and the other people around you. And maybe, you know, they see you around you. You know, even if you're not doing this to someone else, they can see you doing this. They're like, here comes Perfect Penny. She wants to be perfect this month. You know, and then they're going to see you kind of change this around. And they're definitely going to be happy for you because they're going to say, okay, now she's calming it down a little bit, right? So they're definitely going to see that. And who knows, maybe for some of you, it's been this ongoing thing for the last couple of months, and now it's time to put an end to that, right? It's like, let's become aware of the situation. So having the clarity actually brings in the Ace of Cups. Why? Because it's going to bring in this fresh, renewed understanding and the way you're seeing things and perception. The Hangman over here. Yeah, just kind of hanging around, seeing what's going on with the third eye, getting, you know, it's just about the understanding of what's going on, and this will help you release all these things you're doing to yourself, and it'll bring in better manifestations, better things for you, and giving you back power a lot better than what you have been doing, right? And it's going to bring in a different kind of strength. The strength card is coming in, but it's a different kind of strength. This is going to be an inner strength that's coming through instead of being that, you know, kind of pushing on yourself out, because you're using more of kind of this like pushy kind of strength within your mind, right? In your communication of the way you're seeing things. This is actually going to bring in an inner strength saying, you know what, I don't really need that. Things can go the way I need them to go without having everything have to be 100% perfect, or knowing that, you know, nothing in life can ever, you know, right now in life can't have any flaws. Nothing can happen, right? And but it's going to bring in this different kind of strength to make you understand that's not necessary, right? If anything, it's just, it really isn't. It's not really doing a lot. And if anything, it's kind of pushing people away more, and you're actually hurting yourself. friends. Let's see what's going on over here. And the angel says, meditation brings answer. Well, you see that with the hangman over here. Just kind of keep meditating. And yeah, it'll bring in big happy changes. We see that pretty much with the magician and the ace of cups. Excuse me, bringing in this extra, like I said, strength. Okay. And abundance. It's going to bring in a different kind of abundance. And this abundance is going to be more calm, you know, and actually getting things done the right way. And having everything more happy, more joyful without having this kind of stress. I can only imagine, you know, if you're putting yourself on a pedestal to never have any kind of mishappenings at this time of the month, it's going to be very stressful, right? Excuse me. So, okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.